It turns out the Scottish capital has a couple of good teams. Just unfortunate Heart of Midlothian are not one of them. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football's the Spfl review show. Wins for Hibernian, wins for Edinburgh City, but no win for Hearts. Lost today 1-0 against Dundee United. Another 1-0 result that not a lot of people seen coming was St Johnstone 1, Celtic 0. Brenda, again, beginning to maybe lose the faith of the Celtic fans, and what can we say? Bazball, I think, has officially burst. Any chance of him getting that job gone out the window. Big win for Derek McInnes as well. Saves his job for another week. So lots of stuff to talk about, but we'll start, as we always do, in League Two.
Absolutely, and tell you what, not one Glasgow team won. Celtic or Rangers, Partick get beat by Airdrie, and Queen's Park get scudded by Livy. So Edinburgh,
The dominant city.
the dominant city, and Clyde as well. I mean, look at this, just fucking big sack of shite.
Aye, so Edinburgh City 2, Clyde 1, Uzi C with 2 goals, and then he had a third. He had a hat-trick denied from the penalty spot, unlucky.
But they won it anyways, buzzing, aren't they, with UZC? UZC.
A bit greedy. Uzi C and Kyle Connell, they were trying to fucking score all the goals, weren't they?
Aye, greedy. Ross Lyon. There with a wee fucking red card. Elgin City 0, still in Albion 2. For Athletic 1, East 5-0. And Adam Cornwaff, he was the big man. He's, what do you call him for the rabble?
Thingy's brother.
Aye, Martin's brother. How great's that?
Who do you think makes more money?
Adam or Martin?
Aye.
You tell me.
I don't know.
I need to figure out the percentages over on the rabble to judge that.
A lot of cuts. There's a lot of slices of pie over at the Rabble, isn't there?
They look like they enjoy a bit of pie, right? 5-0 though here. Good result, Big Oliver.
But the more slices, the less pie you're getting.
No, absolutely. That's the way it works.
For half a pie myself, like.
Right, Spartans 2, Stranraer 1.
Big win for Spartans.
Another Edinburgh.
No boys in Stranraer clip getting put in this week.
Nah, they have to win for that, sadly. They didn't win.
Peterhead now looking pretty good for the league title. 4 points ahead. It's really now between... I mean, as good as Edinburgh City have been, and, you know, they've come on well, I don't see them overturning that 8-point gap. So maybe they could still get second, though. Peterhead looking good for the title.
Absolutely, and down at the bottom...
Elgin City, you know, right at the beginning, it was like a three-way fight between them, East Fife and Peterhead. They were like neck and neck for, you know, most of the season. They have fallen away, though, and could they be in danger of missing out on a playoff spot altogether? Spartans and Albion not a million miles behind.
No, they're not. Absolutely not. I tell you what. It's an interesting league going into the last 4 games. Into League One, though, we have got the fixtures.
Great expert analysis. Interesting league going into the last 4 games. Moving on, right? That's
what we're here for.
You could have answered the fucking question about Elgin City, like.
They're fucking shite. I think they'll finish 5th. How about that?
Right, there you go. And then now, Queen of the South 2, Harry Cochrane, former Hearts man there with a goal. What happened? This wee kid scored a goal in the 4-0 winner against Celtic at 16.
He got booked.
No, against Celtic. We beat them 4-0.
That was great, wasn't it?
And he's just not turned out to be what we all expected.
Is he related to Alex Cochrane?
No, he's not.
Nope. Alright, 2-0 though, Queen of the South. Cove Rangers get scudded 3-0 by Inverness.
Here, this is
Big Keith.
We'll talk about Keith in a minute, but just because you brought him up, I actually do believe James Penrice is better than Alex Cochrane. I stand by, and that's not me. That's not sour grapes. I genuinely...
I think everyone would say that.
Alex Cochrane went for over £1 million, though, didn't he? Was it Birmingham or whatever?
Aye. I never really rated him. I'm surprised Hearts got $1 million for him.
I think James Penrice is quality. Like I was delighted when we signed him for Liverpool.
We'll get to how good he was later on today. But anyway, Inverness.
Everyone has a bad game, eh?
Keith.
I know Rangers players have multiple bad games.
I tell you what, fucking Keith may have got a hat-trick, but what happened here? Because that's fucking crazy.
Keith Bray just doesn't sound like a footballing name, does it?
No, it sounds like a guy that was an alcoholic or something. Anyway, but Dumbarton 6-0 in front of 317 people, not quite 316.
I think Callum Flatman, by the way, another former Heart of Midlothian player, I think it's just a common denominator here. If you've got the name Hearts, if you've got the word Hearts in your like club name, you're shite.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, it's as simple as.
There's no two ways about it. Moving on though.
Yeah. Seems to be if you've got the word Rangers in your team as well, you're shite.
It does appear to be that way. Montrose 0, Arbroath 1.
What a Berwick then these days?
Don't know. Stenhousemuir 1, Alwa Athletic 4. Stephen Seagal there with a wee goal there for Alloa Athletic.
Stephen Scoogle, mate.
Yeah, so Steven Seagal.
We need a shitey team with Celtic in the name so we can rip the piss out of them.
There's already one.
We need a second one.
Top of the pyramid, aren't they? Alright, there's the league table. Our both are going to win it.
We'll just rip the piss out of the boys team because that's a separate entity, so...
That's what we'll do.
Right, we'll do that instead. Right, anyway, let's look at the league table.
I think they've had enough over the years.
Arbroath sitting top, Cove Rangers in second, Stenhousemuir in third, pretty close. Queen of the South, Alloa fighting for that last spot, really. Arbroath one more point away from winning this league title. They will win it. It's just a matter of whether it will come in the next game. Probably will. It's, it's tight for the playoff spots, and down the bottom, we already know Dumbarton are gone. Inverness, big win. I think they're safe. I think Annan Athletic are saying bye-bye. Or at least get into playoff.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Dumbarton said goodbye weeks ago, but it is what it is, my friends. It is what it is. Moving on to the Championship. We've got the fixtures here. Hold on, someone's replying to me in the Fog Football fans react Celtic. Fog Football, let's discuss how a 4-minute injury and 6 subs with 1 far check in the second half only led to 5 minutes added on.
Well, hold on, you dick, man. How many times have we seen Celtic get 9, 10 minutes added on?
Who picked up I watched the second half. Did the 4-minute injury happen? Maybe it did, but either way...
You lost 1-0 to St Johnstone. Cut the crap with the referee bullshit. See, if you've got such a problem with decisions, why don't you give Rangers back the Scottish League Cup? Anyway, let's move on. I ain't got time for that shit.
I know, we haven't got time. Anyway, Airdrie 2.
I legit don't have time for that shit. Let's go.
Airdrie 2, Partick 1. Brilliant.
Big Airdrieonians with another win. Chris Mockery, former... Who did he play for? That's a recognisable name. Chris Mockery. Who did he play for? He played top flight for somebody.
I'm pretty sure it was Livy.
May have been Livy. But I do know he was a top flight player, obviously didn't make it, and that's why he's at Airdrieonians. But here, maybe Airdrieonians will be staying in the Championship with this recent run of form. Dunfermline 0, Hamilton 1. Bad result for Dunfermline, bad result for Airdrieonians, because I think Hamilton would be the team that Airdrie were hoping that they could catch. They were the team closest to them before this weekend, so realistically, and it's the obvious choice to go for. And I just think that Dunfermline will pick up points because of Neil Lennon coming in. But, it's weird winning last week against Livy and then dropping points, or losing at home this week against Hamilton. Strange turn of offence here. I didn't predict this. I thought that Dunfermline would win this. But you and Cameron did say put your mortgage on Dunfermline, so maybe we should have seen it coming.
Yeah, I think we should have seen it coming. But at the same time, I bet Dunfermline. I thought they would win. Hamilton looked like a sinking ship. But they've managed to win just when you thought they were out. A lot of people at this game. A lot of people hyped for Neil Lennon. And Neil Lennon,
that's a good attendance. You cannot go wrong with that.
Ewan Anderson got buried by Neil Lennon. Absolutely buried. And then speaking of buried, Falkirk 5, Greenock Morton.
Ewan Anderson?
Aye. Where?
Who's that?
The referee.
Alright.
That's right, where? Where is he? Scott Arfield get 2. Falkirk, they've won. They've won the league. It's over.
Right.
Come on.
I mean,
they can win it next week.
And I think they will. And I think they deserve to.
No, of course they deserve to.
Livy and Ayr have been good at parts, right? But Falkirk have been consistently great. Big win for Livy.
Good at parts, but Queen's Park are falling apart.
Yeah, Queen's Park, I think the only thing that will save them is we will run out of games before Airdrieonians catch them.
Well, I said Queen's Park are going down, so we'll have a wee look at the league table.
Listen, I wouldn't fancy their chances in a playoff, and I think that's the more likely outcome for them. But I cannot see them going down. There's just not enough games left.
We'll see. Rafe 1-0 against Ayr. This was a coupon buster for me. I bet Ayr.
Yeah, Ayr and Livy, their arses dropped, isn't it? I was annoyed because I know you don't want Livy to go up, but I was looking forward to a close three-way title fight, and we've just not had it.
So let's look at the bottom of the table first, because Falkirk's wrapped it up. Do you think Airdrie will run out of games?
Of course, they're 6 points behind, but they need 7 because of their goal difference. There's only 12 points to play for.
I would actually argue that they might not need 7, because Queen's Park are beginning to lose 5-5-3. And if they keep losing and Airdrie keep winning, that goal difference is going to naturally get closer.
Yes, but would you not agree that Queen's Park are 1 win away for safety?
Why? Yeah, but I don't think they get a win. They don't even look like they're going to draw. Know what I mean? And that's the big problem for them. As for Dunfermline, yeah, it looked like they'd beat... Who'd they beat there? Was it Livy? They beat Livy during the week, and it was like, Dunfermline are going to finish 7th easy. And Dunfermline could still very easily get relegated.
They could. We might not get that close finish at the top of the table, but we certainly could get it at the bottom.
Yeah, I guess Rafe could still beat Partick. We'll quickly look at next week's fixtures as our midweek ones.
Speaking of close finishes, let's not look at the Premiership. There's nothing close about that at the top. Ayr United Falkirk, that could have been a great game. Should have been a great game, but this.
Well, Queen's Park Dunfermline.
Oh.
Tell you what, Partick beat Hamilton, and Dunfermline beat Queen's Park, and Airdrie beat Rafe. Queen's Park will be on the verge. Right, moving into the Premiership. Oh, what a belter of a game. Moving on.
It's just it's frustrating, like, you know. I don't know, man. I feel like we were in a good run of form. When did we begin to dip? Was it when we lost to Hibs?
I think when he's lost to Rangers.
Did we not lose to Hibs before Rangers?
Just before. So we can say Hibs.
Yeah, we lost to Hibs, and then we lost to Rangers, then we lost to Celtic. And it's like now we're losing to Dundee United. It's shite, man. It's not good enough.
Tragic.
But we actually started this year pretty well.
Oh, no.
We were the form team up with Hibernian, but Hibernian's kept their form going, and we've just lost everything. So, I don't know, man. I think that's top 6 going. And like I said, unless you can get in the European spots, top 6 doesn't mean nothing. Yeah, games against the top teams, woohoo. It's all about Scottish Cup for me, and that'll be my focus.
And speaking of Scottish Cup, this will be a semi-final. St Johnstone 1, Celtic 0.
I'd love a repeat.
Well, we can greet about injuries and we can greet about added on time. St Johnstone just deserved to win. And good goal for Daniels Bolidis at the back post. And Celtic were pretty poor, really poor.
I find it's not often many teams score that early against Celtic and hold it for a 1-0 win.
No, but the Celtic have started a lot of games poor recently. And what it boils down to is a team that need it to win and a team that is in cruise control.
It's almost one of those situations where you look at it like, obviously with hindsight it's different, but fuck, St Johnstone have scored too early.
That's what I said in the review, yeah.
You know, because this is just going to fire Celtic up.
But it didn't.
But it didn't, so fair play. St Johnstone, big win.
Good for them.
Keeps their hope. I think they had to get something. Because if they'd have lost, then they practically were down, in my opinion.
Yes. Massive win. Could be the result of the season. We don't know.
I did say coming into this weekend, would they rather win in the league or rather win in the Scottish Cup? And maybe they can get both.
Maybe they can, but Simon Murray, he fired Dundee to a win. He got a goal. And then he got another goal. He likes an early goal, doesn't he?
To me, the teams in the mid-table have just been so inconsistent.
Yeah.
It's insane.
There's been no consistent run.
And I'm grouping like 5 or 6 teams in there. Your St Mirrens, your Killys, your Dundees. They've just not been able to put together. As soon as you think, oh, they're finding something now, you think they're going to kick on, they don't. So we'll see. It's very close though. Like literally, obviously, a lot of them are going to miss out in that 6th spot, but you wouldn't. Dundee, right? As much as they went off the boat, you would not rule out Dundee finishing 7th. They're not that far behind. All it takes is a good end to the season.
The same with Kelly, which we'll get to right here. Right now. So they won 2-0. I didn't actually see this red. Actually, I did see this red card. Another soft one for me. Don't understand what's going on really with the soft red cards. But anyway, 2-0, massive win for Kelly. Motherwell be kicking themselves because Kelly were doing a hole. And they could have very easily be sitting on 41 points with pole position.
Bit of a joke of a red card in my opinion.
Yep.
But it is what it is. VAR.
A lot of that going around this weekend.
Yeah, I don't like VAR, man. I went rid of it.
Right, Rangers 0, Hibs 2. Just cruise control from Hibs. What is there to say? Rangers are rotten. 5 losses in a row at Ibrox. It can't go on like this. It can.
It's not like you talk about keepers having to have the game of their life. I mean, they don't have much to do, did he?
Well, he could have saved the first fucking goal, and he just let it go straight in and off him. So, Butland is ranked rotten.
No, I was on about from a Hibernian
standpoint. Yeah, from a Hibs perspective. I didn't realise they had a goalie.
I was expecting all these late Rangers, chances, and they just didn't really come. So
Rangers are a disgrace, man. Honestly.
Attendance 50,922. What do you think the attendance was when the full-time whistle went?
I think I said during the watch along, it looked like literally there was more Hibs fans than fucking Rangers fans by the time the whistle went. Wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, just fucking shocker, but at the same time, it's not even shocking. And then our final game, it was Ross County 0, Aberdeen 1, kind of the forgotten game of the weekend. And do you not feel like Jimmy Teelan's just kind of turned into the forgotten club? I think we touched on this yesterday. It's like they were either fantastic or they're the worst team in the league, and now no one cares.
Now they're just doing what you kind of expect Aberdeen to do.
Yeah.
form's okay without being great.
And it left the league table looking like this. So, I mean, I tell you
You
what.
know what's mad though, right? See, as good as Hibernian have been, it's almost like it's like Aberdeen and Dundee United, right? They've kind of thrown third away in the sense that when they've got into third, their forms went off. Hibernian,
But they stayed with
yeah,
Hibs.
Hibernian, right? They've got into third, and Hibernian's form has not went off. However, they're now being matched by Aberdeen and Dundee United. So Hibernian are still in danger of not finishing third, which is crazy because you look at Hibs and you'd think, fuck, how are they not further ahead?
Yeah.
But literally, as soon as Hibs got in front of Aberdeen and Dundee United, Aberdeen and Dundee United just seemed to kick on.
No, absolutely.
And their form's picked up as well now, so Hibs are dragging these two along with them.
Yeah, let's look down. So Hearts, St Mirren, Motherwell, very interesting for next week.
Although I do believe by the time we get to the final game, I think Hibs will have it wrapped up.
I believe that too. But saying that, the run has to come to an end, and when it does, maybe they'll collapse.
If it comes to an end against, let's say, Aberdeen, then who knows?
Hearts, St Mirren, Motherwell, all close. But I think the interesting one is Kelly Ross County Dundee. Ross County looked safe like a month ago. Ross County looked like they could have got top six. They lost that game to Dundee United
I
last
don't
week.
think there's anyone in that bottom six that's safe.
No, I agree, because it's so close.
I mean,
Hearts could still finish 11th.
yeah, like, look, St Mirren, Motherwell, they're 9 in front of St Johnstone, right? They won't be caught. I still do think St Johnstone will go down, unfortunately, right? Unlucky to them. But, I mean, St Mirren are only 4 in front of Dundee. Or Motherwell's only 4. You can't tell me that is not an insurmountable amount of points.
Yeah, no, it's not. Of course it's not. But
So, I don't think that Motherwell, St Mirren are in danger of automatic relegation, but certainly could find themselves in a playoff spot if things don't go their way.
they could, folks. And that's where we're going to leave it. That's your SPFL review show. The return. Midweek. European review show. Are you not entertained? Damn it. Rangers against Athletic Bilbao. Arsenal, Real Madrid, Aston Villa, PSG, just to name a few.
Yeah, let's just have one last quick look here at the fixtures before the split. Celtic Kilmarnock, I'd expect Celtic to come back and get a win there.
They could have won the league here. They won the day.
Don't see Kilmarnock picking up any points. Dundee United, St Johnstone, could go either way. Motherwell Hearts, massive game. St Mirren Ross County, massive game. St Mirren win, they go 6 ahead of Ross County.
Yep.
Like, that's the kind of game where I think St Mirren win that and that's it. They're not in a relegation fight, but they lose that. They could be. Got Aberdeen against Rangers. A chance for Hibernian to finally pull away for Aberdeen. But, I mean, who knows?
I think Aberdeen will beat Rangers.
Wouldn't put it past them. And, I mean, Dundee, will they do something against Hibs at Easter Road? We have to wait and see.
Every game next week
Tasty.
is big.
Alright. Anyway, guys, that's it. Big. So make sure you hit that big subscribe button. We'll catch you in the next one. More reaction. Looking forward to it. Still lots of fallout. Still lots to talk about from the weekend. And we'll be doing that over the next few days. So, make sure you hit subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one. Until then, though, peace.